So it looks like Kim Kardashian and her money-hungry family may be getting arrested any day now because new evidence just exposed them for helping to clean the dirty money that Diddy was making from his sex and even recruiting vulnerable girls to be used during these freak-off parties. These allegations got even worse when a video went viral of Khloe confessing to attending Diddy's freak-offs and seeing naked people over there, including Justin Bieber. As if all that wasn't bad enough, it also turns out that Kim and her momager Kris Jenner set up an entire fake church where they worked together to profit off of the death and declining mental health of other celebrities by getting them locked up in conservatorships. Apparently, this is the real way that the Kardashians be making their billions. And all these made-up businesses they keep throwing in our faces, they just cover-ups. Okay, so this entire mess started a few days ago when a video from one of the former episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians started going viral. In this video, Khloe was telling Kourtney about a wild industry party she attended with Diddy, Justin, and Diddy's stepson, Quincy. Khloe flat out admitted that this party was a freak-off and claimed that the people that she saw were also celebrities. But unlike regular parties, they was all naked.
Yes. So who was with you this weekend?
A bunch of my friends.
Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber,
So far, so
French
good.
Montana.
Do you even know half the people you're naming?
No.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there were naked. You would have loved it.
As soon as all this came out, people started digging into the connection that the Kardashians have to all of this. And that's when they found out that Kim and her mama Kris Jenner are heavily involved as well. For starters, someone leaked several photos of Diddy's infamous white party, and in these pictures, people can be seen freaking off like it's no tomorrow. I mean, prior to this leak, we already had heard about the freak-offs, but this was the first time we actually saw private photos of it happening. And guess who was in the photo? Kim and her bestie Paris Hilton. There were also other people at the party, including Chris Brown, Leonardo DiCaprio, the late Aretha Franklin, Obama, Trump, Harry, and the list just goes on. In fact, the particular photo of Kim that's going viral at this party, she can be seen posing on top of a huge bed with Diddy and Paris. And it's being alleged that this is the bed that all these celebrities freak off on together. And for those of y'all gearing up to defend them people, those are actually photos from the freak-offs from that exact party. For example, there was this photo of Diddy pouring champagne on these two as they touch themselves for his satisfaction. Then there's also this photo of someone from Diddy's entourage in the pool with two escorts while he was sucking on their tatas and doing intimate things to them. There are even more graphic photos and videos that I can't show y'all, but you pretty much see they was getting down to business. And Kim was right there having the time of her life. No one would care about any of this if these women were consenting to all of it, but from Diddy's indictment, we know he was trafficking them into the country, loading them up with ridiculous amounts of IVF so they could endure these freak-offs for days on end against their will. What's even crazier is that prior to Diddy getting arrested, Kim tried to distance herself from him by unfollowing him on Instagram just 24 hours before his house was raided. But this was actually what made people look into her and clock her connection to all this, because people could not understand why she unfollowed him when he was incriminated in Cassie's lawsuit all the way back in November, but just so happened to unfollow him 24 hours before the raid. And per usual, people had to put on their detective hats to figure out what the connection was, and girl, they found a whole lot of dirt on Kim and her family, more than any of us could ever imagine. It all began when a woman on TikTok who goes by the name BB, the songwriter, posted an explosive video spilling all the tea about Kim and Diddy's shady relationship. If y'all remember, Kris Jenner got exposed a while ago for opening up a church called California Community Church, where all the members were required to pay $1,000 a month as a membership fee and donate over 10% of their earnings to the church as tithes. Initially, people thought this was a scheme orchestrated by Kris to help her and her daughters get a tax write-off, but it actually goes much deeper than that. It turns out Lou Taylor, who's the owner of the popular Hollywood management company TriStar, which also happens to be the company managing Diddy, is a board member of this shady church. And they've been receiving payments from Diddy to pay off his SA victims so they won't come forward and testify against him. Apparently, they disguise this hush money as the church fund, which is donated to women and children. So basically, they make it look like the church is donating money to a bunch of random women in need, when what they really doing is paying off Diddy's victims so they can recant their statements or not come out at all. Not only that, but it was also alleged that this church is where Diddy launders all the illegal money that he makes from trafficking all them vulnerable girls, so he can keep the money in the bank without having to stash it in his house.
24 hours before the raid, Kim Kardashian decides to unfollow Diddy, right? Well, come to find out, this person by the name of Lou Taylor is apparently Diddy's manager. And this Lou Taylor woman is also on the board of Hillsong's church home. Follow me, go with me. They are doing all of this, child, in the name of the Lord. Just follow the story. Now, to cover myself, everything in this video is alleged, honey. This is what I digged up, and I don't know how much truth is to it, but there's reportings, okay? So everything that I'm saying is allegedly. Keep that in mind. So, Lou Taylor apparently is paying off, allegedly, some of Diddy's victims from this slush fund through some church fund, okay? Not only that, Kim Kardashian mama has been making these girls pay 10% tithes to some church that Lou Taylor and her husband is basically owner, co-owner, or whatever. So I was like, let me look into this Lou Taylor person. I'm thinking Lou Taylor was a guy who was a woman with a husband, a whole husband. And they doing ministry and everything. Now, mind you, y'all remember the whole thing with Britney Spears? So come to find out, Lou Taylor, this gets deep, y'all, hold on. Okay, so Lou Taylor is the CEO of TriStar Sports and Entertainment. She's like a business manager icon. Now, Mike, do y'all know the Lohans? What's the Lindsay Lohan? So she apparently, allegedly, she has been behind most of these stars' conservatorship situations, especially Britney Spears. So before we talk about Britney, Mike Lohan, which is the Lohan girl, Lindsay Lohan's daddy, accused Lou Taylor and the mama Dina Lohan for trying to put Lindsay Lohan in a conservatorship concerning her money. Also, allegedly, there's a lawsuit from 2021 with Astroworld tragedy, and she's being sued for employment discrimination. This is what this Lou lady is. Now, Lou Associates maintain intense control also over Britney Spears' life and money. And she was behind even the conservatorship of why Britney Spears had that conservatorship, because she ended up becoming the business manager and took over the financial pieces of Britney Spears.
It was also revealed that Kim was allegedly also working with Diddy at some point to get Kanye into a conservatorship so they could steal his money. Y'all know, real similar to what they did to Britney for over a decade. Apparently, Kim and Diddy were behind the agenda to pay Kanye out as a crazy person so they could put him in a conservatorship and steal his money. In fact, Kanye himself revealed a little while ago that he was prescribed an unholy amount of lithium in doses even though he really didn't need.
Look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears you. I mean, look at
They
what
would have Michael Jackson
or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see it now. You can see there's not much of her left.
And if y'all remember, Britney also revealed in one of her court hearings that her family intentionally misdiagnosed her and pumped her up with a huge load of lithium, which they later tried to use in court to claim that Britney was incapable of handling her own finances.
I would honestly like to sue my family, to be totally honest with you. I also would like to be able to share my story with the world and what they did to me, instead of it being a hush-hush secret to benefit all of them. I want to be able to be heard on what they did to me. By making me keep this in for so long is not good for my heart. I've been so angry and I cry every day. It concerns me. I'm told I'm not allowed to expose the people who did this to me. For my sanity, I need you, to the judge, to approve me, do an interview where I can be heard on what they did to me. And actually, I have the right to use my voice and take up for myself. My attorney says I can't, it's not good. I can't let the public know anything they did to me. And by not saying anything is saying it's okay. I don't know what I said here. It's not okay. Actually, I don't want to interview. I'd much rather just have an open call to you for the press to hear, which I didn't know today we're doing.
People also brought up the fact that Kim publicly supported Balenciaga and helped them promote inappropriate photos of kids. This disturbing photo shoot included 6 children holding teddy bears wearing esque bondage gear, fishnets tights, leather harnesses, and chains. Also, one of the bears has a purple eye, implying a strange connection between children, sex, and violence. The bondage imagery was not only glorifying children's sexuality, but it also has real eerie undertones of child abuse and BDSM. In a few images, the children were also surrounded by adult suggestive items such as wine glasses, beer koozies, and duct tape. In one of the photos, the duct tape reads Baal in Siaga, which many online made the connection to Baal, an ancient Canaanite deity whom children were sacrificed to. Baby, it's a hot mess. A real hot mess. Ain't no wonder Kim has been quiet since this whole thing went down. She knows the feds are catching up to her and her family. And can we talk about the fact that Khloe literally admitted to seeing Justin at the freak off? That poor boy was passed around like a piece of meat, and they got him addicted to all kind of stuff by the time they were done with him. As usual, people had their own thoughts. Like this person who said, weirdly enough, Kanye has actually been speaking out against Diddy for years. Sadly, everyone just thought he was crazy. That's why Khloe became obsessed with weight loss. LMAO. Had to be snatched for those parties. Another person said, this is the most silent they've ever been. It speaks volumes. Not only them, but most of Hollywood is pretty damn quiet. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Kim and Khloe getting exposed for being involved with Diddy? And do y'all think Kim and Chris were really helping Diddy to wash all that fraud money with that fake church? Y'all been knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the